May 22nd on The People's Show. Get ready to laugh. Comedian Dave Martin.
I'm pissed off at the weather, man. Remember last week when it got a little cold on us? Don't it piss you off when they always say, well, it's 32 degrees, but it feels like, I'm like, we niggas, we don't give a fuck about what it is. If it feel like 21, motherfucker, it's 21. The heat at my house say it's 21. I'm like, why are you trying to make me feel better about my shit?
The People's Show.
HBO comedian Dave Martin here. What up? Thursday, May 22nd, I will be on the D Hall and the People Show. We'll be discussing my upcoming shows and podcasts, etc. We'll be discussing my upcoming everything. I'm going to make you laugh because that is what I do. I also might sing because if you didn't know, I can. So bring your questions and your comments. It's gonna be a great show. Duh. Any show I'm on is a great show. And D Hall is a phenomenal host. So whatever plans you had for that evening, cancel them.
Wait a minute, Dave. That's my baby daughter's 1-year birthday party.
She's 1. She won't know if the party's on the 21st, the 22nd, or the 23rd. Hold on, Dave. That's me and my wife's 10-year wedding anniversary. You mean that little raggedy marriage that y'all been faking it for the last 5 years anyway? I digress. It's going to be a phenomenal show. Tune in. This has been a J. York production.
In North Carolina, there's only one podcast. The podcast of the people. We report the news. We report the opinions. We give the people a voice. We give the people the plug. Plug into the People's Show. A J. York production.
Hello to everybody. Hope y'all doing good. It's another show we got here. Give me just a second here. I'm just trying to wheel and deal. And what I mean is I'm trying to get my stuff in order right here. So we got to share this video. That's one thing we got to do. So y'all make sure, I got to put my glasses on too. You know, I can't hardly see any doggone thing. I'll put them on here in just a minute. Glad y'all are here. It's another, what is it? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. That's what it is. But before we get started, y'all know what I got to do. Let me put my glasses on. I want to make sure I see everybody well. You know, you're going to say, it's the People Show. Today, we're going to have to get entertained today, as we always normally do. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, well, as we normally do. But before I get started, this is an online program. This is the work of talk and discussion. This is an online talk show to educate adult audiences. Parental advisory is advised. So if you would, you know, some things are not edited for children. So, you know, we're gonna step out the realm a little bit. We're gonna step out a little bit. I got my man, I'm glad to have him on my program. First time ever for the next 30 to 40 minutes, however long it may be. You know how we do. You know what I'm saying? We ain't going to hold him too long because I know he got things he's got to do, but glad to have him here. The People Show, man, the one and only. This is the best place to be at this moment. Call in. You can also call in if you want to talk to him, ask him a question, anything that's on your mind. The comedian, Mr. HBO. I call him Mr. HBO. That's what I call him. Look, good to see y'all. Thank everybody for joining in. I see the people are coming in now. What's up, Chuck? Chuck, my man, he's always around when he ain't at the boxing place. You dig what I'm saying? Look, T-Bone, what's happening? Good to see you. Thank you. Y'all share the video one time. I'm going to share it. Let's get my man in here right now. Let's go. Yeah. You look like you ready, man. You look like you ready.
Good morning. Good morning, campers. Rise and shine. The early bird gets the worm. Let's go.
I know that's right.
I say, Donnie, I say that all the time. I say, good morning, camper. Somebody be like, it ain't morning. I be like, it's morning somewhere in the world.
Boy, that's right.
Auntie, it's morning somewhere in the world.
That's true, man. So true, man.
I feel good. I feel good, man. I feel good, man.
I know.
I feel good, man. I feel good. You know, I feel good. You know, us men can relate to what I'm getting ready to say. And I just heard you say that, you know, we talk about some adult stuff. I ain't gonna get too crazy, but I feel good because I just showered, I shaved, you know, I had a good bowel movement before the shower. Man, you can't tell me nothing right now. You can't tell me nothing.
I know that's right, boy.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. And you know when you have a good shave and the timing hit right, and you be like, oh, I gotta drop one. Then you drop one, and then you get in the shower.
I know
all the men know. All the men know they call it a SHIT shave and shower. And I guess these days maybe some of the women know that too. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Hey, man, before we get started, before we get into the show, which you already got into it already.
Yes, sir. I wake up on 10, baby. I wake up on 10 every day.
Hey, hey, look, you 93 octane all day, right?
All the time. I go, my family, this is the true story. We go somewhere to eat or we go somewhere, they be like, I'm be like, don't even start that, nephew. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. You can sit at another table if you want to. I don't care.
Hey, because you're gonna be yourself, and that's what it's all about, being yourself, man.
Listen, I'm gonna do what I do, and they better sit at the table with me because I'm the one with the money. So you better sit at the table with me.
You talk
you sit over there, you gotta pay.
Hey, look, sit down and enjoy yourself. Dig it.
Yeah, that's right. Man. That's right. If you sit over there, you gotta pay. If you sit over here, Uncle pay. Okay.
Okay. Y'all share the video, man. We done started. We done got 9 minutes into the program and we cranked up already. Before we get in,
you saw what I did on the promo. I can't lie to the people. I told them I was gonna make them laugh. I don't want them to come on here talking about he talked all that junk. You know how black folk are. Won't give you no time. 30 seconds. You better make us laugh.
You right, man. You know how, man, this joke here ain't about nothing, man. Let me get out of here.
I'm like, can I get on stage? Can I put my towel down on the stool? He didn't even say that funny. Look, shut up and fix your wig. Fix your wig, and then I'll tell a joke.
Oh man, I can't even get
your wig is off, man. Your wig is off. Your wig, fix your wig.
Oh my God, brother! Oh my God! Hey man, look here, man.
Let's go.
Look, tell the people who you are, man. Where you from? My goodness gracious.
They see the big Hornet right there from Charlotte, North Carolina, 704. 704, I represent. You see the Hornets? I mean, the basketball team is trash. The football team is a little bit above trash, but it don't matter. I'm going to
Right,
represent where I'm from. And if you say
right.
something
That's right.
stupid about where I'm from, I'm going to light you up because that's what I do. Um, yeah, HBO comedian Dave Martin.
Yes,
That's
sir.
my only TV credit, and I'm going to use it until I die because it's a good one, okay? It has opened a lot of doors for me.
Yeah, yes, it
Um,
has. Yes, it has.
I've
Yes, it has.
opened for
For sure.
Steve Harvey, Mike Epps, Cedric the Entertainer. I did Jamie Foxx's Laugh-A-Palooza as a New Faces comedian. That was probably around 2005, 2006, something like that. I've
Right.
been around the world. I've done a tour called The Bounce in the Netherlands. That's Rotterdam and Amsterdam. So
Hey,
we got some receipts. We got some receipts.
yeah. You
We
definitely
got
got
some
the
receipts.
receipts. You definitely got that, man. And
Yeah, we got some
I'm
receipts.
glad you. I'm glad giving yourself telling the people who you are and what you have done. I watched some of your shows. I went back in 2005 and watched some of your shows. But anyway, I want to say, if like I said, you're from Charlotte, North Carolina. Give me a short
Yes, sir.
overview of your life, man. How did you get into the comedy and all that good stuff?
Great question. I love that question. The way that I am, with all this energy and all this kind of stuff, I have been like this forever. Like I
Right.
have been like this. I started doing comedy in 2001. I was like this in high school. I was like this in the 90s. The only thing was I just moved it onto the stage. Lots of people, friends and family members and even
Mhm.
strangers. I used to have an airport shuttle business in the 90s, and
Yeah.
people would say, "Man, you ain't never thought about doing comedy, man." Like I just be cutting up as I'm taking people to the airport. Just I see somebody on the side of a homeless dude, and I might do a voice or something. I've been silly for a
Yeah.
long time, and people kept saying, "Dave, you should try doing stand-up comedy." And of course, I blew it off. I was like, "Man," because once again, like I said, I was
Yeah.
petrified. I'm like, I'm not getting up on no stage in front of no black folk. We don't care. We don't care about your feelings. We don't care about your mental health. We don't care.
Ooh,
So
you're right. You're right.
we. So I was very apprehensive. I just blew it off. Hadn't even thought about it. In the 90s, I was
Mhm.
I was in an R&B group. I was working on a record deal. So
Yeah.
I have been comfortable being in front of people. And even before that, I modeled for about 10 years. So I've been comfortable being in front of people.
Right.
But I kept hearing people say, maybe you should try comedy. Maybe you should try comedy. So the group that I was in, which was a great, just a great time in my life, that
Yeah.
we ended in 2000. So in 2000, I thought about, was I going to work on a solo record deal, or was I going to try this comedy, which I was still very apprehensive about it. So I took
Right.
about a
Right.
year to decide, and I decided to check out the comedy. And I went to do a couple of amateur nights in Charlotte at the Comedy Zone,
Mhm.
in Raleigh,
Mhm.
at Charlotte Goodnight. Shout out to Raleigh because I went to NC
Yeah.
State, so I love Raleigh. Raleigh's like my second home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so when I did the amateur nights, it went well the very first time, and I just kept going.
Kept going.
I just kept
Yeah.
going.
Yeah. Kept
Yeah,
going. Wow.
yeah.
Man, that's awesome, man. Do you look?
Yeah.
I gotta ask you this, brother. Do you remember the first joke you ever told, and what was the reaction to it, man? The first joke you ever? Can you remember that? The first joke you ever told?
Yeah. I can't remember exactly how I did it. So the first joke that I did, because it was amateur night. When it's amateur night,
Yeah.
you only have anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes,
Yeah.
which is eternity for a brand new comedian. I can't even, as you can see, I can't even really introduce myself in 5 minutes now. But
Right.
at that time, you remember they had some hostages that were somewhere over, I can't even remember which country.
Yeah.
It was some American hostages that were somewhere over in another country. I want to say maybe the Middle East. And
Yeah.
Jesse Jackson went over there and brokered a deal for their release. This was around
Okay. Yeah.
2001. Do you remember that?
Yeah. I remember that.
So
Yeah.
I did a
Yeah.
joke. So I did a joke about Jesse Jackson. So I was like enacting Jesse Jackson being on the phone with I think
Mhm.
it was it China? Okay,
You
because
better
yeah,
pray.
I'm gonna say because I remember I was doing an Asian voice, so I was on the phone and I was like, "Oh, you want to get the hostage? You're going to have to pay. What? This is not the takeout. You want to? This is not like General Child chicken. You're going to have to pay." Something along those lines. I had
Yeah. Okay.
practiced it and practiced it and practiced it and practiced it. Like I said, it's only 5 minutes, and it killed.
Right.
It killed. This was at the Comedy Zone. It was on a Thursday night.
Right.
I know this is Thursday. It was on a Thursday. I cannot remember the exact date, but it was in April of 2001, and they let the audience pick the winner, and I won. I mean, it wasn't even close. I knew when I came off stage I had won. I knew it
You
because
had
I mean
one. You
I
knew
killed.
that. You.
So
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. So I was
Okay.
like, all right, boy,
Okay.
you might be on to something. So I came out the very next week, and I did a
Yeah.
different 5 minutes, which is unheard of for a new comedian at amateur night. Most people
Right.
will be working on the same 5 minutes. It's very common. But I did a different 5 minutes from the week I had done before, even after that one killed. And the next, I can't even remember the second one that I told. I can't even remember what that was. And
Right.
that one killed too. So I was like,
You
okay,
was on the
why?
road.
Okay, why you on for something? Why? Okay.
Yeah. You. Yeah. You was on the road, man.
Yeah, I
Definitely
was
on
on
the
the road.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah. You was on the road.
Yeah.
Uh.
Yeah.
What is your, to me, I'm just asking this question because I want to know, and because I don't think I've ever asked any comedian this. What is your favorite part about performing in front live? What's your favorite, what is your favorite part about performing? Is it the people?
There's a really I didn't hear, what was the last thing you said? I didn't hear you.
I said, is it the people?
You said
I mean, is it the people or?
yeah. Of course, the people, the people is what make it.
Right.
And that segues into what my answer is. My answer is it's right. It's right right before they call my name as the headliner, and then as they're calling my name, it's a slow that turns into a fast rush that just
Yeah.
goes through your body when it's like, all
Oh.
right, y'all ready for your headliner? And I'll be standing in the back, I'll be like, okay, you okay? Oh, like a boxer,
Yeah.
coming in the ring.
Yeah.
It weighs
Yeah.
185 pounds. Yeah, I feel like that. You know what I'm saying? So they go, y'all ready for your headliner? They go,
Yeah.
and they go, and they do my, he's been on HBO, blah, blah, blah. He's from
Right.
Charlotte, North Carolina. He's over for Steve Harvey. And then they hit that music and that walk
Yeah.
up. That's
It's like a rush.
That's amazing.
It's like, yeah.
It's a rush. It's a rush.
Okay, it's a rush. Yeah. And I know there's got to be a rush because it's like, wow, it's like, oh man, this is it right here, and you're feeling good and you're ready to get on the stage and all that good stuff. Yeah, I got you. Chuck Mexar.
It's a little, and this is normal with any entertainer, from the greatest ones to anybody. It's a little bit of nervousness, as well it should be.
Sure. Yeah.
I take 20% nervousness, 80% I'm about to knock y'all's heads off. That's how it's supposed to be.
Right.
That's normal.
Exactly.
Anybody will tell you that. Chris Brown, Prince, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, anybody will tell you that. That's about where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's definitely believable. Chuck Mexar says, do you have a video of your first show?
Do I have a video of my first show? I was getting ready to say I don't, but then again, the amateur night, I don't have a video of that show.
That one. Okay.
I do have a lot of stuff that I still have on video. It's not. I know they're not online because they're on the old because this is 2001 was before we hit the smartphones, so that's why I still had the little camcorder. I had a nice one, but little small. What was them tapes called? I can't remember the name of them little tapes. That was.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It was real small.
It was a little bit smaller than a cassette tape.
Right.
And it was high. It was digital. It was high def. Right. So I have a lot of amateur night stuff that I do have. It's sitting around the house. I need to actually just get it and get it digitalized. If I said that digitalized, if I said that right. But the first one, I don't think I had that first one. I don't think I had that first one.
Okay. Well, Chuck, I guess that's a good
question.
Yeah, Chuck, that was a damn good question. Yeah, matter of fact, that's
a damn good question, Chuck.
Yeah, good, damn good
Follow
question.
me, Chuck. Follow me on IG or YouTube or something, Chuck.
Let me get Chuck
Comedian
around
Dave
here.
Martin on everything, y'all. On everything.
All right.
Yeah, that's a good
Look,
question.
yeah, the being on the stage, you know, you got people that that gives you a hard time sometimes. How do you handle that, man, when you're on the stage and you got a tough crowd or maybe a tough person? How do you handle that? How do you handle those people, man? You know what I'm saying? How you do that?
I got asked this question on a podcast a couple months ago, and they said, it's some guys that I'm pretty cool with right now. It's called On the Scene. It's a podcast here in Charlotte called On the Scene, and they was like, Dave, how do you handle hecklers? And I was like, I don't get hecklers.
So you don't get them.
Nice, baby. I'm that nice, baby. I don't get hecklers, baby. So the real answer is I really don't get hecklers, bro.
Oh, okay.
You can see how my personality is. Everybody feels it, and I'm very proud that I'm this way. I want everybody to have a good time. I don't stand on the edge of the stage and roast people. Quite frankly, that's not what I do. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not going to sit here and throw shade at comedians who do. There are comedians who've made their whole career on that. I don't like it. For me, I can't tell another comedian what to do, but I don't. So what I'm saying is, when I come on stage, I come on stage. The music, I'm joking, I'm laughing. You know, I have some stuff in my head that's set in my head, but it can go any which way. And sometimes I'll see 2 or 3 people that look like some famous people, and I'll say something. I'm like, oh, we got Jason Kelsey in the crowd, or we got Kendrick Lamar. Well, thank you for coming out. You know, somebody looks like that or whatever. But I really don't get them. Sometimes I'll get somebody that's maybe they're a little, how they say in the bar industry, overserved.
Okay.
They might be drunk or something. But to me, that's not a heckler. They just the alcohol is kicked in a little bit. They just want some attention. So I'm good at just giving them some attention.
Yeah.
And then I can kind of maneuver out of that. I really don't get hecklers. I really don't.
Okay. All right. Hey, well, it is what it is. That's great. I want to say hello to my man, Philip O'Donnell, Michael, part of that Michael Williams Jr. Boxing out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Thank you for coming in, my man. We're live here with
Philip and Mike out of Fayetteville. Let's go, baby. So wait a minute. I got Philip and Mike. I gotta show y'all love because my mama is from Fayetteville and my parents met in Fayetteville.
Okay.
My mama went to E.E. Smith. She went to Fayetteville State. She grew up on Murchison Road. They sitting there going, oh, he right. She grew up on the Merc. It's called a Merc. That's like Baby Court Road in Charlotte, you know, kind of hood in some spots. And my dad was at Fort Bragg, and he met my mom when she was at Fayetteville State. And that's how my good looking ass got here, because my parents, both of them good looking. And that's what they met. So I got love for Fayetteville, no doubt.
I know that's right. Love for Fayetteville. We're live here with HBO. I call it Mr. HBO comedian Dave Martin. Yeah.
You know what? And I'm gonna take that. I like that.
Yeah.
Mr. HBO. I like that.
Yeah, Mr. HBO himself. Look, you was on the and I just did a little research. You was on the Bad Boys of comedy. And this P. Diddy, which we know what's going on with P. Diddy, but he had that. He had a lot to do with that, right? Okay.
So he was actually the name behind it. He was the backer of it. He was, as far as I know, he was at least one of the financial people of it, not the whole thing. He partnered with Walter Latham. Walter Latham is the guy behind the King's Comedy. I know Walter. I don't know if he still has an office in Greensboro, but he used to have an office in Greensboro. That was the first office, and then he had an office in L.A. He may have both, but it was Walter Latham and Puffy. You know, Puffy at that time, and when I did my set, he was in the front. Puffy was in the front row. Let me see. So if I'm standing here on stage, it'll be to my left. y'all's right, but he
Right.
was to the left over here. I did not actually get to meet him. I saw him over
Okay.
there. I was killing him. I saw he was laughing at all my stuff.
Right. Right.
And I
Okay.
love to say, I have to say this for anybody looking at the phone sideways right now, wondering, was I around some baby oil? I was not. Stop looking at the phone like that, you sorry ass. Stop it. I was not around no damn baby oil because, thank you, Jesus. When I went up there to take the show, all right, this is how the Lord saves us. When I went up there, I was broker than a dude living up under a bridge. I was broke as shit. All right.
Right.
So when I
Right.
go up
Right.
there, if there was an after party or not, my ass wouldn't have been able to pay for a cab to get there. No way. I was too broke. I went back to the hotel and went to sleep.
You were broke for real. You were for real broke.
I was so broke. I couldn't even get a Snickers out of the vending machine at the hotel. I was broke as shit. You understand me? I was
Right.
broke.
Right.
So,
God, you was broke. Yeah.
thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for me being broke. Because I only would have took one. Oh, hold on, Dave. I saw you in the pic with P. Diddy. He had his arm all around. I saw you in the pic. You ain't seen me in no pic.
No Diddy,
so I
right?
tell
No
people
Diddy.
now when they introduce me. Yeah, no Diddy. Yeah. I tell people now when they introduce me and whenever they put me on flyers, I say, look,
Yeah.
you put HBO, Bad Boys of Comedy, that's it.
Yeah.
It used to be P. Diddy's. Nah. We take that shit off. When you introduce me, don't say shit about P. Diddy. You just say Bad Boys of Comedy. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
I know that's right. Chuck says, Chuck says, how do I follow you?
On it's comedian Dave Martin on Instagram or YouTube is comedian Dave. So it's comedian Dave Martin on all platforms.
Yeah. Okay. Great. All right. There it is. That Chuck, he just told you how to follow him. Let's see here. He's got a great big paragraph.
Thank you, Chuck. I need it the most on Instagram. Thank you, Chuck. I appreciate that.
Chuck, I'll get back with you on what you're saying there. I see what you're saying. I'll have to get back with you on that one. Here we go. The Kings of Comedy. We talk about Charlotte. That was big. That was humongous. Where was you at that particular time?
That was right before I started doing comedy. But I did not go to the they taped it here in Charlotte. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but they taped it when they did the one that was the movie, The Kings of Comedy. They did that here in Charlotte, at the original arena where the Hornets played. It was out by the airport at the time. The arena where the Hornets play now is uptown. So, but I did see the tour. I did see the tour in Greensboro, because they actually was on tour a couple of years. Then they did the show. I'm sorry. Then they did the movie, and then they toured a few more years. But I saw the tour in Greensboro live before they did the movie.
Okay. Great.
A monster, an absolute monster.
I bet it was. I know it was big for Charlotte at that particular time, and big for the state of North Carolina. Period. I mean, for them to be those guys to to come here. I want to talk about some comedians that you don't really hear a lot about, but they have big names. First of all, David Allen Greer. Is he still around? And what is he doing now? Do you know of? Do you know?
David Allen Greer is still touring. He's still touring. He's still doing all the clubs. And you will see him pop up with guest roles on TV shows and stuff like that. You'll see he does, and even in some movies, you'll see him pop up. But he's still in the game. Oh, for sure.
Okay. Number two, because I'm just trying to find out where some of these guys are. Maybe because I'm not looking at the TV hard enough. Sinbad. Where's Sinbad? Sinbad, is he still around?
Sinbad is still around. Sinbad had a stroke.
Okay.
I'm gonna say maybe has it been a year? I'm not exactly sure. I want to say it's no more than a year. Sinbad had a stroke. And I think I think it affected the left side because there's a
Wow.
video of him, and anybody can pull it up. There's a video of him coming out with his family on stage, and he has a brace on the arm, and you could
Right.
tell that it affected the left side.
Okay.
And he
Gotcha.
still has a great
Gotcha.
sense of humor. I don't know that he's able to still be touring. I'm not sure about that.
Touring. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. This one right here was a funny guy, and I don't know where he's at now. And he did it in living color. Tommy Davidson.
Oh my God, Tommy is still touring. Tommy, for those of you who don't know, is currently right now on the Cat Williams tour.
Oh, is he?
The Cat Williams tour that's going around right now, I think it's called Heaven on Earth, Heaven, something like that.
Yeah.
Tommy Davidson. That's how good of a dude Cat is. I've never met Cat, but that's how good of a dude Cat is. And I'm gonna say something that a lot of comedians won't say.
Right.
That is how confident Cat is, and how much of an ego that Cat does not have. Okay. Cat has Mark Curry on tour with him and Tommy Davidson.
Right.
If any of you out there are comedy fans and you have not seen Mark Curry live or Tommy Davidson live, put it on your bucket list. They are absolute monsters. They are monsters. Most comedians will not, somebody like Cat, somebody that's in Cat's place, they won't put a Mark Curry or a Tommy Davidson on the show before they come out. Because it's going to, quote unquote, make them have to work too hard.
Right. Okay.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to make them have to work too hard.
Work too hard.
So for Cat to do that shows me how much more respect that I have for Cat. And I also think that he has Mark Curry and Tommy Davidson on tour with him because they've always been kind of under the radar. They've never really gotten their just due as far as notoriety. And so this is Cat's way of saying, you know what, I have a platform. Y'all some OGs that these youngers don't know about. That's an absolute monster that's been in the game forever. They paved the way for Cat. So shout out to Cat. I've never met Cat, but I don't hear nothing but good stories about Cat from every comedian I've ever talked to.
Last one. He's got my last name, Arsenio Hall. Is he still around?
Still touring.
Still touring?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he looks pretty good too. He looks pretty good. He's still touring. He's still doing the clubs.
Wow. Okay.
He's still doing the clubs, and I think sometimes he'll do like a smaller auditorium, you know, like a 2,000 seat, 2,500 seat auditorium. So he's still touring.
Dig. Okay. Give me your 5 top comedians and tell me why.
Oh man. That's a great question. I've had people ask me who was my favorite, but I ain't never had nobody ask me to do 5 like that.
Yeah. 5.
Are we talking about just period? All eras?
Period.
That's great.
All eras. So you got your top 5 in the world, in the nation.
All eras.
All eras. You got,
man.
Yeah. All eras.
Okay, so for me, and this is I'll explain why I connect with this. My number 1 is going to be Jamie Foxx because I know people going, oh, what do you mean? Just hold on, y'all. Hold on. Slow your ass down. The reason why I say Jamie Foxx for me is because I'm also a singer. You see what I'm saying? So I connect with him on the triple threat of, you know, me wanting me do comedy, sing, act. So he does. So Jamie Foxx is number 1 for me. Now, 2 through 5, my Lord.
Yeah, that's big, right?
I gotta go. I'm gonna go. This is on the fly. I'm gonna go Richard Pryor, number 2.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. I was just getting ready to say that.
I'm gonna go Richard Pryor, number 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Eddie Murphy, number 3.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle, number 4.
Wow. Yeah. Dig that.
And I'm gonna go. Oh my Lord, this is so hard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Chris Rock 5.
Okay. And you know what? And I'm gonna say this because, and I should have showed this. You did it exactly, just about, not in the same order, but those the ones that you just said are the top in the top 10. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, they're really in the top 8. The ones that you just said. Yeah, and you hit it right on the head. Because I was thinking in my mind, I said, doggone it, he's hitting it right on the head. He hitting it right on the head. I thought you was gonna say Richard Pryor first. That's what I thought. But you reversed it on me and you came back and you said what's his name? Jamie Foxx was number 1. But I thought it was gonna be Richard Pryor first. That's what I thought. But you reversed.
But like I said, my perspective is unique. I mean, there's a reason why I say Jamie Foxx is first for me. I know he's not going to be first on a lot of people's list.
Yeah. So it's cool. But they are all the ones that you just named, and I looked it up a couple of days ago. Those are the top. They're in the top 8. I can tell you that right now. I forgot who was number 1. I know Cat was right up in that top 5. I do know that. And Richard Pryor, I think Richard Pryor was number 1, I do believe. And Jamie was right there too. But it's just, we're just throwing that out there. Chuck says, let's see what Chuck says. Chuck says, wow. Okay. Great pictures. Glad he went back to pick them. He said, great picks. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Yeah. It was a perfect picks, says Chuck. Perfect picks. Where are you gonna be performing at, man? Where can the people check you out? Where are you gonna be performing at?
So it's crazy because I have about 3 shows that are 2 of them are in North Carolina and another one that is not in North Carolina, but they haven't been finalized yet. So it would be crazy for me to say you can see me here, but it's not locked in. Right. And really the only thing we got to work out is the money, because ain't nothing set until the money is set. That's pretty much the whole core of everything. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Once the money gets set, then we can talk.
Yeah.
But I post everything. I post everything well in advance. I'm a dog when it comes to promotions. I mean, you've seen what I do.
Yeah.
I'm a dog when it comes to promotions.
Yeah.
I love to promote because
you did.
Thank you, brother. I love to promote because
really did.
Because I just feel like until you're Kevin Hart or have a team like Kevin Hart, I look at these comedians and I'm like, your ass ought to be promoting, bro. You ain't that big. Put the flyer out there. Like, so many people just want to show up. No, man, don't just show up and have your hand out for your money. Put the flyer out there, boy. You ain't got it like that, not yet.
Yeah.
Get out of your ego. So I love to promote.
Yeah, and you did a fantastic job.
So I said all that to say, thank you, brother. Yeah. I said all that to say when I'm a part of anything, I promote like I'm the promoter. I promote like I'm the club owner. I promote like if this show don't work, I'm gonna get kicked out of my house. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So anytime I have a show for people that are asking or wondering, I put it out there 5 or 6 weeks out on Facebook, Instagram. I'm also on X and YouTube. Like I said, everything is Comedian Dave Martin. And I post it like 3 times a week, 5 weeks out, and I'm sorry, 2 or 3 times a week, 5 weeks out. And then when it gets to up to 2 weeks, I post it 3 times a week. So I'm a dog when it comes to posting. You're not going to tell me you didn't see my show. You didn't see the flyer from my show. Either somebody took your phone or you was kidnapped and ISIS got you in a cave somewhere. Because I put all my shit out there.
I mean,
Dave, I didn't see your flyer. You lying ass. You are lying ass. Shut that up. I put my flyer out there. You just wasn't looking.
You did a great job, man. I really appreciate what you did. Some people need to take some damn notes on what Dave Martin did here. I'm telling you, he was tremendous.
Listen,
man. I mean,
when people hire me for the first time to do a show, I tell them all the time. I said, I'm telling you right now, you have never had a headliner who is going to promote the way that I promote. You've probably never had a comedian, period. But you definitely ain't never had a headliner. And they look at me like that. And then as the process goes along, they be like, damn, you wasn't like, yeah, I told you, man. I'm a dog.
Yeah.
I'm a dog because when I show up to the show, I'm going to kill it before the show and I'm going to kill it at the show. So when people tell me that they didn't see the flyer or they wasn't at the show, I'm going to leave you no excuses. There's going to be no excuses.
Excuses.
for people
Yeah,
to
yeah.
not be at the show.
That's right. That's right. And you did. I mean, you did a tremendous job on Facebook, Instagram, and I even had you on YouTube. So you did a tremendous job, man. And I really appreciate it. Some people need to take notes and see how you done what you done. I mean, you just all over the
Thank you,
place.
brother.
I don't know. Nobody. I've never seen anybody do it the way that you have done it this last week, man. You just been pumping it out there, and you pumped it real good. And I appreciate that, man. Let me give you a round of applause for that, brother. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, brother. Thank you,
Yeah,
brother. I appreciate you, man.
you
I
really
appreciate
did, man. And I appreciate you doing what you do. I want to say hello to my man, James Horton. What's happening, man? Good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping in. Chuck says,
What
that's
up,
a great.
James? What it do?
Yeah.
What it do, Jimmy?
That's Chuck says that's a great philosophy. I think it's something you was talking about or
Yeah.
said, or yes, that it was great philosophy. Your inspiration. What is your inspiration? What keeps you going, Dave? What is your inspiration?
That I'm him. The inspiration is there's a whole lot of people in the world who don't know who I am yet, and they're going to know because
Yeah.
I'm the shit, and they're going to know. I mean, hey, I'm the shit. You know, if you ain't
Yeah.
never heard of me, well, now you've heard of me.
That's
Donnie,
right.
you tell them how I go hard with the
Hey.
videos every day.
Every day.
With the video
Every
every
day.
single day.
Every day. I don't know. How do you get? You do it all the time. I don't know how you do it, man. You do it every day. He's got a skit, and he's dealing with a lot of different people, man. And the shit's funny for real. You need to go check this guy out, man. Check him out
every day.
Yeah,
every day.
every day.
So
Every day.
the hustle is, and I'll explain the hustle. The hustle is I do it 7 days a week. For those who aren't familiar with what we're talking about, I do reaction videos.
Right.
Lots of comedians do them. I do reaction videos. The bottom line is, in this day and age of comedy, okay, if you do not have large social media numbers, the clubs are not going to hire you.
Yeah,
it's not like it was once the smartphone got here. It's a new day now.
Yep.
So, you got guys who've been in the game a minute like me, and they're frustrated, and they say, we used to have to send in tapes. You used to get referred from a headliner, and they say, hey, man, my man Dave is tight, man. Y'all bring him in there. The clubs don't give a shit about none of that now. They don't give a shit. If you send them a message, they're going to go to your page. They don't give a shit. They're going to go to your page, and they're going to be like,
you're right.
Oh, he only got 2,000 followers. No, we can't. They're not talking to you. They don't care what your resume is.
That's 100. That's 100.
Yeah. So it's very simple. Either you were famous before social media, and if you weren't famous before social, that's like Tommy Davidson and people like that. If you weren't famous before social media, then you have to use this little thing right here, this phone. You have to use this to become, even if what they call Instagram famous or TikTok famous. You got to do it. It's all, there is no other way.
Yeah, and that's so true, man. And
there is no other way.
Hey, you're hitting it right on the head. You're hitting it right on the head, Dave. Because even for me and Jay, we try to get the people that's going to bring the views, and it helps us. So it's all in detail, exactly what you're saying. He's not lying, because we deal with it all the time. You know what I'm saying? People, they want the views. Even looking at me, they want some views for me. So that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? He's telling the truth, people.
If you don't, you are only a headliner now if you have large numbers. Anybody that's watching this, it's easy for you to go test what I'm saying. You can go look on any Charlie Goodnight's comedy club. That's in Raleigh, where I used to live. The Comedy Zone, Funny Bone, the Improv. Look on any of their Instagrams, okay?
Yeah.
Or TikToks. Click on who they have coming in the upcoming weeks. When you click on their page, that person is going to have massive numbers.
Massive. Yeah.
I promise you. It doesn't matter whether you haven't heard of them or not.
Right.
So
it's the numbers.
I go hard because I have to keep punching that algorithm and get the numbers up there. I have two videos that have gone viral. And also I had a larger page that I lost in 2020. I was up to 29,000 followers on Instagram. And I lost that page. It got hacked. So I had the page that you see me that we follow each other on now on Instagram. I
Right.
had to start over. I started that page over 2 years
Okay.
ago. And so,
Okay.
the other reason is anytime somebody picks up their phone, Donnie,
Mhm.
whether they're a comedian or not, I'm competing with that person as far as whether they look at my stuff or Chris Brown or Janet Jackson or Barack
Yeah.
Obama. It doesn't matter what it is on the page. People only have a certain amount of time to look at their phone. So
Yeah.
Dave's content is going to get pushed down under Chris Brown and Barack Obama and all
Mm.
these other stars out here. It's and Beyonce. So I have to go hard.
Yeah.
If Bruno Mars, he can post once a week because he has millions
Yeah.
of followers. I got to
Followers.
keep punching.
Yeah.
I got to
Yeah.
keep
You got to
punching.
keep at it. That's
And
right.
I'm good
Yeah.
at it. I've gotten very good at it. I know how to edit this stuff. I know how to do. I've gotten very proficient at it.
Good.
I know I'm
Good.
funny,
Good.
and
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
you
a
are. You
saying. I have
definitely.
a saying. I'm actually going to get a T-shirt. I have a saying that says, "I have 1 million followers. They just haven't hit the button yet."
Right.
And actually, I like that's a good motto for life.
Yeah.
Meaning,
Yeah.
whatever you want to do, wherever you see yourself going, don't
Mhm.
think about it small. Think about it big.
Yeah.
Think about it big.
Right.
There was a
Right.
time when I only had 500 followers. Okay, well now I have almost 7,000 on Instagram. So all
Me.
that
That's
500,
great.
that 7,000, all of that is part of the million. They just haven't hit the button yet. That's all.
That's
That's
it.
all
That's
it
it.
is.
And it's something. I want to say hello to my man Paul Capute out of New Jersey. I think it's in New Jersey. I think that's where Paul is from. Thank you for
Jersey, thank you for
but
coming in, Paul. Jersey in the
yeah,
building.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's just like this. Like me and Jay was talking about Jay York, the other part of the show. We said, man, we got 3 seconds to get these people
Right.
attention. You got 3 seconds. We got to get your attention some kind of way within that 3
Three.
seconds. Yep. You got 3
Three.
seconds. Yeah, that's it. If
Yeah.
you can't get it in 3, you ain't gonna get it. Bro.
Instagram and TikTok. Yeah, Instagram and TikTok count a view as when somebody clicks on it as 3 seconds.
Right.
So
yeah.
when you see
You got
somebody
3
with a
seconds.
million views,
Yeah.
they keep analytics on whether they watch the whole video. But I'm saying, as soon as they watch
Right.
it for 3 seconds, it counts as a view.
Yeah.
So 3 seconds is
Right.
you're right.
Yeah, 3 seconds is what you got,
Yep.
man. And we did our
3 seconds.
did our research on that, and that's what it is. Wow. Man,
Mhm.
this has been good. Any last words, Dave? I hate to get you out of here, but I want to anything you got to ask me or want to say to me or ask me. Any questions?
No. I would just say to thank you for having me on, man. Oh, I do want to give a huge shout out to our
yeah.
friend Christopher Corrado. Got to give a huge
Yeah.
shout out to Chris Corrado.
Yeah.
That's how we
Yeah.
got.
Yeah.
He was the plug in this. That's how me and you got connected.
Exactly.
That's my boy. That's one of the best white people on the earth. You hear me? I love
Yeah.
that man. I love him. We're friends on stage and off stage. I love him.
Yeah.
I love him. If he need a
Yeah.
kidney and my kidney match, I'm gonna get on the table. I love him.
Yeah. He's
But we've been
cool
friends
dude, man.
for
You do.
yeah, we've been friends for around, I'm gonna say maybe 5 years or so now. And
Yeah.
he does
Yeah.
a lot of stuff in the Charlotte, North Carolina area as far as booking shows. So he's put me on a lot of stuff. So shout out to my
Yeah.
guy Chris Corrado. Anybody watching this, just help me grow. Help me grow. I'm like
Yeah.
that. I promise you, I won't waste your time. My videos are only a minute long.
Yep.
Instagram,
Yep.
Facebook, Twitter, I
Do it.
think it's called X now. I know it's called X now. YouTube,
Yeah.
everything is Comedian Dave Martin. You put Comedian Dave Martin in, I'll pop right up. I will not waste your time. You'll laugh every day.
Yep. Go check him out, man. The guy does it. He does it, man. He makes it happen. And I see him all the time. Facebook, Instagram. He's there. Go check him out. I love what he do. I'll look at it, and then next thing I know, here he come with something else. I say, God almighty, man, this guy's just got it going on. It just right
I'm
back.
about to drop as soon as we get done. I'm about to go watch basketball, but I'm gonna be dropping another one while I'm watching basketball tonight.
That's it, man. That's it.
It don't
Chuck,
stop. It don't stop, baby.
Chuck says, "How you got?" I think you just answered that question. I think he said, "How many views do you have?" I think you say you had like 7,000 right now at this point in time. Yeah.
On Instagram, I'm right at 6,900 followers on Instagram, so right at 7,000.
Wow. Yeah.
I know on TikTok they count your views and all that kind of stuff. I'm not on TikTok, and the reason is that TikTok kept flagging me, saying I was breaking their community guidelines for the same stuff that I post on Instagram. And I was like, well, I'm not going to change what I'm posting. I know what I'm posting is fine. So you know,
It's all good. It's definitely all good, man. It's been wonderful, Dave. I'm glad you came on, and hopefully we can get you back on this year, and do it again, man.
You absolutely will get me back on this year. I thank you, brother. I love your energy, man.
Yes,
I love your energy.
Hey, man, you energy to energy, man. It clashes, brother. It clashes.
Iron sharpen iron. Iron sharpen iron, baby.
I know that's right. And like you say, big shout out to Chris. I call him Chris Colorado. He know I can't pronounce that name, right? I call him Chris Colorado, man. Shit, man.
Not
shit.
Chris Colorado.
Hey, man.
You know how people say. You know what people say? Call me what you want. Just make sure you write the check.
He probably wouldn't mind that. Listen. Hey, man, before I go, what does the D Hall People Show in conjunction with Jay York mean to you, man? What does the program mean to you, brother?
Hey, you guys are my new friends, and I don't say that lightly. I've seen what y'all are doing. I love what y'all are doing, and hey, you'll have me back. You'll have me back over and over and over. Because you know why? Because when I'm at those 1 million followers, I'm gonna come back. I'll be coming back the whole time. I'll be like, you remember, Donnie, when I was on there the first time, and I had like 6,000 followers. Now I got 6 million. So
I know that's right, and I'm gonna be with you, rocking with you, man, all the way. Because we don't change. We still the same, all man. If I meet you all the way, brother, we never change, man. No matter how big or little small we get, we still the same, man. We appreciate it, Dave. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. All right. Man, that was great. Great talk, man. Funny guy, Dave. Wow, man. Can't wait to get him back on. I'm gonna get him back on before in the summertime, sometime, hopefully. Great guy, man. Funny guy. Y'all go check him out, man. Go check him out. He's all over Instagram, man. I mean, and Facebook too. So go check him out. Look him up there. Just type the name in. It'll pop up for sure. All right, man. I got to get out of here. It's been a great show, man. I appreciate him coming on and all that good stuff. We'll be back next Wednesday. Won't be back Sunday, but we'll be back next Wednesday. Yeah, man. We're going to be talking with James Horton of the Rugged Promotions. Yeah, James got a lot to talk about, man. And we hope to get him on. And he's got a big fight coming up. So we're going to talk with him and get things to popping, man. All right. Look, I'm going to get out of here. I got to go. It's been a great show. Thank you so much.
In North Carolina, there's only one podcast. The podcast of the people. We report the news. We report the opinions. We give the people a voice. We give the people the plug. Plug into the People's Show. A Jay York production.
That's our time on The People's Show. Join us next time with our new exciting guest. To be a guest on The People's Show, email dmost42@gmail.com. The People's Show is a Jay York production. Thanks for your comments, call-ins, and questions.